Watch until the end, and you will be shocked. The sky was painted in shades of fire as the sun dipped below the horizon. A sleek black sedan screeched to a halt in front of the airport. The door flung open, and out stepped a man in a sharp navy blue suit, his watch gleaming under the terminal lights. Dr. Aryan Patnik, a name known in the medical world, a name that commanded respect, a name that thousands looked up to. Tonight, he had a flight to catch. A crucial conference awaited him on the other side of the country. A room filled with intellectuals, eager to hear his thoughts, his wisdom. Every second mattered. His footsteps echoed against the polished airport floor as he rushed toward the gate, his heart pounding. Just in time. With a sigh of relief, he sank into his seat, flipping open his laptop. The weight of the day lifted as he reminded himself why he was here. His life was planned, calculated, executed with precision, until nature decided otherwise. Dark clouds swallowed the moon. Thunder cracked like a whip across the sky. Turbulence rattled the aircraft, and then the captain's voice cut through the hum of the cabin. Due to severe weather conditions, we are unable to reach our destination. We will be making an emergency landing at the nearest airport. Dr. Patnik clenched his jaw, his carefully laid plans ruined. He could feel his pulse quicken, frustration rising in his chest. This was unacceptable. As soon as the plane touched down, he stormed into the terminal, his voice sharp as he demanded answers. But before his anger could escalate, a voice beside him spoke with unexpected familiarity. Dr. Patnik? He turned to see a man, perhaps in his mid-40s, smiling kindly. I recognize you. You're the guest speaker for the conference, aren't you? I'm headed there too. It's about 3 hours away by car. If you leave now, you can still make it in time. His irritation simmered, but he nodded. It was the only option. Outside, the rain drummed against the pavement. He hailed a taxi, slid into the back seat, and instructed the driver, "Get me there, as fast as possible." The car weaved through winding roads, headlights barely cutting through the downpour, but soon the journey took another unexpected turn. "Sir, I think we're lost." The words struck like lightning. Dr. Patnik exhaled sharply, his fingers tightening around his briefcase. Another delay, another disruption, but then something inside him shifted. Losing his temper wouldn't change the situation. He had no choice but to adapt. "All right," he said after a pause. "Just take me somewhere safe until the storm passes." A few miles later, the dim glow of lanterns flickered in the distance. A small, weathered house stood alone in the dark, the only sign of life for miles. Knocking hesitantly, they were met with a soft but tired voice. "Come in. The storm is fierce tonight." Inside, an elderly woman sat cross-legged on the floor, her hands folded in quiet prayer. Beside her, on a thin mattress, lay a young boy. His face was pale, his small chest rising and falling with weak breaths. She turned to them with warm, weary eyes. "You must be cold. Sit rest. The storm will pass." Dr. Patnik barely heard her. His gaze was locked onto the boy, his doctor's instincts kicking in. "What's wrong with him?" The old woman sighed, sorrow heavy in her voice. "He is very sick. The doctors here say only a great physician can save him. Dr. Patnik, they call him. But how could I ever reach such a man? I am just a poor old woman, so I pray. I pray every day that God will send him to us." The room fell silent. Dr. Patnik's breath caught in his throat. His heart pounded. Not in frustration, not in anger, but in realization. The flight delay, the storm, the lost taxi, every inconvenience, every unexpected turn. It wasn't a mistake. It was a path, a divine hand guiding him here, to this very moment. He swallowed the lump in his throat and stepped forward, lowering himself to the old woman's level. He took her hands in his. "Mother, your prayers have been answered." Her eyes widened. Disbelief, then gratitude, then tears. She wept as she clutched his hands. God is great. He works in ways we do not see. And for the first time in a long while, Dr. Patnik felt something deeper than success. Deeper than recognition. Purpose. If you like this short story, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content like this. Your support means the world and helps us share more powerful stories. Remember, even the smallest act of kindness can change a life. Stay kind, stay compassionate, and we'll see you in the next one.